I'm Audrey LOUAIL. I am CEO of CROISSANCE Plus, the major association of entrepreneurs in France, to encourage companies' growth. 480 entrepreneurs. We want to share in the fruits of growth. I'm delighted to be here with you today. I've been asked to talk about metamorphosis. That's in the DNA of an entrepreneur, as far as I'm concerned. If I talk about my entrepreneurial path, resilience is the word that comes to mind. Nothing is there at the start. There's always the same question that comes up. Am I making the right choice? If I've made the bad choice, well, I'm going to learn from my mistakes. That's good. But if I haven't, then I'm going to stagnate. So that's part of the metamorphosis of the entrepreneur. I'd like to quote Charles Pépin's essay, The Virtue of Failing. Daring is also being prepared to fail. There's always risk-taking. You always need to accept that there's a possibility of failure. I'm also going to talk about metamorphosis and the digital. I manage a digital company for information systems and web services. If you go on the internet, you want things to go quickly and you want things to be secure. Behind every page on your preferred pages, there's something there to ensure performance and security, and that your applications will be available. I think the digital domain is a perfect example of metamorphosis. At each transition, you have to improve or change your business model. In the 1980s, it was Minitel. In the 90s, we started with the internet. We started hosting the first static pages. Then we moved to virtualization, then cloud, and then multi-cloud, and now we're looking at containerization. So each time we have to train up, we need to learn about new technologies, we have to train our colleagues, we need to work on the marketing aspects. And then, of course, we need to wait for everything to be adopted by the public. Why am I talking about the public at large? I think the issue, what's at stake for digital is consumption, because we wake up with digital in the morning. We use Alexa, we order our taxis, we order our shopping. Every stage now has become digitalized, and our lives have changed. We have had to innovate as a company as a result. We're working with different time zones to ensure that we can have discussions with colleagues. It's not necessarily about consulting a web page anymore. With consumer habits that have changed, there's also an idea of performance. The idea of digital performance, the idea of that has changed as well. Every second, you can lose a huge amount of your annual turnover just in a second. It's because consumption is so important. Digital platforms are now completely belt and braces. There are no cuts in supply or connectivity. And this really is a weapon for us at the moment. Now, all stages of our lives are digitalized. I'm talking about public spheres and private spheres as well. Our data is worth its weight in gold. Using data, or we can modify data, or take away gaps in this data. You can see that you're manipulated through social networks. They can make you desire something. They can manipulate your emotions or your needs. They can even manipulate you. You can even manipulate someone's political views, as we saw with Cambridge Analytica. In China, we can see extreme digital practice there. There's the kingdom of Xi Jinping there. Perhaps behind the doors, you could actually be punished for something you've looked at. What about climate change when it comes to digital? We consume spam, emails, we save documents, videos. It's never going to end. Did you know that the digital represents 14% of world electricity consumption? I think it's equivalent to 100 nuclear reactors. It consumes as much CO2 as is air travel. And let's also talk about the political aspects to this digital service, and I'll go back to cyber attacks at the end. And also take a position on 24th of February, Russia invaded Ukraine. It's a war of territory, but it's also a war. Cyber attacks were launched, data from Ukraine has been transmitted to a secure cloud, but we're in a war because there's been an attempt to protect our customers, to ensure that they're not impacted by the digital war. Well, there's this permanent metamorphosis going on at the moment. Web 3.0 is about the focus on applications. We have new needs, we have new professions that are emerging. We also have new people coming to digital, but it also creates new dependence. Recently, if I was asked if digital is for dreamers, I think we all need to take an interest in this. It needs to stay central for human beings. But digital to stay where it should be. It needs to be a tool. It needs to remain a tool. But we don't want to become too dependent on it. Let's preserve our data, keep our data, make sure it's secure. And of course, be careful of countries that can steal data from us. Let's continue this metamorphosis and have a good big. Thank you.